Thanks for joining us. I'm Carol and welcome to Over 50, So What? Now we all want to keep our brains fit and healthy, so today we've got some more fantastic tips on how to do this from Laraine Dunn. Did you know that if you do 10 minutes exercise before redoing your driver's license, that you're more likely to be successful? So if you can, jump on your feet and join us in the fitness segment. And our last segment today, we're going to meet John from Magpie Alert. So he's going to share with us some invaluable tips and strategies so that you can keep walking and cycling right through the swooping season. So this will help you finish off the season for this year and prepare you for next year. Previously, we had a chat with Laraine Dunn about keeping our brains healthy and active. And she shared with us some amazing information, including the fact that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can grow new neurons in the brain. And she started to share a few little tips with us. For those of you who missed the segment, Laraine Dunn is director of Well Dunn. And now in her 70s, she's still a speaker, author, and fitness instructor. She knows all about keeping your brain fit. She went back to uni in her 50s and did 2 master's degrees, specializing in exercise, attitudes, and aging for the over 60s. So we're going to continue the conversation now with some more fabulous tips on keeping our brain healthy. Hi Laraine, and welcome to Over 50, So What?
And thank you for having me on Over 50, So What?
So what are some of the things that we can do to keep our brains fit and healthy?
Okay, just engage in learning something new, something that's long-term, like a new language or a skill, like using, we have the menus that we use all the time. We know, stock standard ways of cooking. Go to your recipe book or online and get new ways of doing things. The internet is full of all different cultures. So looking at the different ways that they eat and why, doing that. Do 2 or more things at a time. Like with my exercise classes, I get the clients to bounce a ball. So they're bouncing a ball and they go 1, 1, 1, 1. And then they go 2 bounces, 2 bounces, 2 bounces. And then then we do 4. So what that's doing forward planning, anticipation, balance, reaction, response, all of those things. And they're engaged in the moment. Then I get them to stand on one leg and go back to 1. And then we do the other leg and they do 1, and then sometimes we do 2, maybe not. And then we move on and add the layer of difficulty, and we do a single leg, 1, 1, 1, alternating the balance with the hands. And I get them to count out loud from 93, so that then they have the voice, that they've got the distraction of the voice, but the noise of the voice is stimulating another sense. So they've got vision, they've got balance, they've got touch, they've got forward planning. They're hearing their voice, they're hearing other people's voices, and they're counting out loud backwards from 93 by 7s. And that the brain's going, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. When you're using your phone, try and remember numbers. Don't just, go and hit all those, have your emergency numbers in, but then do the process of pressing those numbers and engaging the brain. Use your non-dominant hand to do that. When you're driving, go different ways. Park in a new spot. Try different shops. We've got our tried and tested, true blue things that we do. We're creatures of habit, but break those habits because the brain loves it. Go outside when you don't normally go outside at nighttime and see what it's like to smell the smells and feel the grass and feel the breeze. Just get yourself out there and you do give your body new and different experiences. Walk in the rain, lengthen your strides, do things that you don't normally do. You know, wear clothes that you don't normally wear. I mean, Carol, I was going to say dress conservatively, but I don't think that that would be possible for you. So well, but writing in longhand is very, very good. Use exercises like a double doodle where my name is Laraine, so I'm going to write L, and so my right hand is going one way and I'm writing my name the way I normally do. My left hand is writing it back to front and away. So a double doodle, I'm going to do a triangle, and then I'll do a circle, and then the other way, double doodling, write your names, draw things, draw a butterfly, do things that challenge you, do things. We have behavior patterns. We get up of a morning, we scratch our head, we yawn, I rub our belly, we go to the toilet. There's a certain way that we are programmed to move and move our body and use our body, and we don't change from it. So, you know, if you always, we have a conditioned behavior. If you always step out of bed, next time you do that, step out and change your foot. So you're stepping off with a different foot. Just pull yourself up and look at what you're doing and then change it. You know, in your kitchen, use non-dominant hands to open the cupboard door. Clean your teeth. You don't have to put your makeup on with your non-dominant hand, but you can.
Yes, I try and put a different foot into my knickers every day. So I'm like, which foot shall I put in first?
Yes, as long as they both don't go in the one leg. But taking a nap recharges your body. Nutrition, water, and exercise. The three of those, and sleep. Very important.
Yeah, well, my biggest takeaway is you just got to keep trying new things. You just got to just new things, whether it's food, whether it's driving, whether it's the way you get dressed, anything new. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Carol.
Today we're going to look at getting rid of, maybe you got a little bit of stress in your life. So we're going to punch it out. We take a punch, double to the front. That's it, punch it. You might be thinking of a particular situation when you're doing this. Punch and punch. If you haven't got up on your feet yet, well, just sit in your chair and punch it out. Punch it out! We're going to take the punch to the right. Here we go. Punch. You feel better already, don't you? Yes, you do. You don't have to have fancy gear to get up and move, to exercise. Would you believe we're doing exercise? Now we're going to walk on the spot. 1, 2, 3, kick. 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 And 1, 2, kick. Back. Kick. 4, 2, 3, kick. Just watch the furniture. 4, 2. Don't kick the dog by mistake. Kick. Forward. That's it. Feeling better. Every little thing you do every day matters. It all counts. Now we're going to kick on the spot. Kick. Kick. That's it. Keep it going. That's it, just kick. You can try kicking a little to the side if you want. Yes. And now we're going to do it all again. We have single punches to the front. Ready, go. Punch. 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 Whoa, yeah. Get that mean and angry look. Ooh. Punch it. Punch. Sometimes you don't feel glamorous. Sometimes you just feel Singles up ahead. Single. Punch it. Punch, punch. Punch, punch. Whoops. Bit of freestyle there. Feel free to jump in and do your own freestyle. 3 walks. 1, 2, 3. Kick. 1, 2, 3. Kick. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Let go. Forward and back. Very good. That's it. Relax into it. Just kick it. Kick. Yeah. Now, some kicking on the spot. Kick. 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 Hey! Oh! Sometimes it feels good just to shout out a few words. Hey! We're going to take a punch to the side. Punch, 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 punch. Punch it! Other side. Punch. That's it. Would you believe it? 5 minutes a day and you're on your way. Over 50, so what? Thought I'd report in on my latest adventure. I've just been out cycling. The extra adventure that I had today was that I had a new experience with a dangerous Australian animal. Now you can see on my helmet I've got all the stuff, paraphernalia, to keep magpies away at this time of year when they're nesting. So I've escaped the season so far the last 2 months with no magpie attacks. However, today I got attacked by a grey butcherbird. If I turn sideways, you can see it's swiped right down my nose. I've ended up with a bleeding nose for about half an hour. So it came barreling down. It was so aggressive. It just backed. I'm surprised the thing didn't get concussion when it hit me. Has this put me off cycling? No. It just means that I've learnt another thing about Australian nature and I know where this thing resides. So in August, September, October, I am going to be avoiding that area for probably forever. Since I was attacked by that butcher bird, I've discovered quite a bit. I found a website called magpiealert.com, and unbeknownst to me, there was over 4,000 magpie attacks in Australia this season and over 500 injuries. And it shows on the map where people have been swooped by magpies or birds and where they've actually been injured. So they've made physical contact and created an injury. But it's not going to put me off cycling. I may not cycle as much during those months when they've got their young and they're doing all the swooping, avoiding the ones that are recorded online. Just keep cycling. It's just nature doing its course, protecting their young. Okay. Walking or cycling in magpie season in Australia can be a little challenging, usually between August and November, around there. But now we have the fantastic website magpiealert.com, which shows you where the birds are swooping. And now you can walk and cycle and avoid those spots where the aggressive ones are. Today, we're going to meet the founder of Magpie Alert, John Clark. Hi, John. Welcome to Over 50 So What?
Hello, Carol. How are you?
Fantastic to have you on the show. I mean, you were cycling about 7 years ago, 2013, and you had a bit of an experience with a bird. Would you like to tell us about that?
Bit of an experience is one word. And then I hear this snapping, whoosh, whoosh, snapping bird in my ear, and I turn around and this bloody great big bird, trying to get me, and I sprinted off as fast as I could, but knowing fine well that I had to turn around and come back the same way. So that was a bit nerve-wracking. When I got home, I checked on some of the websites. There wasn't an awful lot of information about back then. And a lot of the government websites were just saying that warn your friends, tell people where they're swooping, and and try to avoid them. And I just had the idea, wow, I could just do this. I could allow everybody in Australia to come in and plot where their local birds are swooping, so everyone can just go about their business, just avoiding them.
Well, I have to say it's an amazing thing that you're doing, and it's just a hobby for you, and it's a great community service. I mean, hats off to you. It's just absolutely brilliant. I don't think a lot of people really are aware exactly how many attacks we're getting in Australia every year. Can you share some of your figures with us?
Well, year on year, around about 4,500 get reported to the website.
And you also have a way of recording which result in injury. So out of those 4,000 or 5,000 or whatever, how many of those are resulting in actual injuries?
Well, at the moment, we're tracking around about 12% of those reported are resulting in injuries. But you've got to remember, it's actually quite a small number, because the experts think only 10% of the birds actually swoop. And if only 12% of that 10% are recorded of swooping, actually on the website, but out there in the wild, then it's probably quite a small number. So you haven't got to walk around in fear for your life or anything. Right? You just got to be aware.
And they swoop cyclists predominantly, but they also do swoop and attack walkers. So what are your stats around number of people walking getting swooped?
Around about 20% of the stats that we've collected are people walking. But then there's other percentages as well. A lot of people reporting walking with prams, so a lot of mums out with the kids are getting swooped. Posties are usually are targeted, or even if you're just walking to the park. Runners are around about 5%. So yeah, cyclists are the majority. I think cyclists are probably one of the main users of the website.
Well, I found it absolutely incredible, because I this year was avoiding where they were very vicious last year, and I had a very vicious attack myself last year. And I started going around on this detour, and then all of a sudden you sent me these amazing emails saying there's an attack here, and there was 4 attacks on the detour where I'd been taking as my detour from 4 different magpie sites, and I'm like, I can't win.
No, I think they're everywhere, right? So and what we do when we go out, we'll take a look, and we'll have a look at the dates as well that they were recorded of swooping, right? And we kind of hedge our bets in hoping that they've stopped in that area.
So that's fantastic. You've also got the monthly, you can see which month's worse where you are, etc. And so overall, what's the worst month in Australia?
It ramps up slowly for August, where the birds are getting a bit frisky, and then because it's all breeding season, isn't it?
Yeah.
So and then it spikes up in September, and then dies down.
And what are your top tips for keeping people safe during magpie season?
There's quite a few tips. We do publish them on the website, so we take tips in from lots of our viewers. The usual one, obviously, a nice wide brim hat and then sunglasses when you're out and about and walking. The wide brim can protect your neck as well as your eyes, because the birds just can't get down and get in. And if they do, you've got the sunglasses for protection there. Cyclists, well, if you get swooped on your bike, you have a tendency to panic and try and speed off. A lot of the injuries we do get on the website are people falling off. So they're busy waving their arms around and they forget that they're on a fast bicycle or just on a bicycle. And they fall off and they break arms and limbs and stuff. Some cyclists will tie cable ties to their helmets, and that does stop them from getting in too close. Some of the wily ones will actually come under and go for the cheek. It's
compulsory to wear masks down here, so that's great for covering our cheeks.
There was a news report, and they were suggesting that the magpies aren't going to recognise you this year. Very long memories. They live up to 20 years up, and up to 20 years. So they were thinking, well, one, you might get away with it this year if one's been continuously harassing you over the years. But others, if you've made friends with them, which a lot of people suggest, you can feed them and so that you're seen as a friend and rather than a foe.
So do you have any other tips, like getting off your bike and walking backwards or something?
Absolutely right. Get off your bike, walk backwards, or if you're just walking, keep an eye on the bird. A lot of the time, and I've got one around the corner, and I've been for a run. It's only 5K, but I was puffing and panting, right? And I just stopped, and he swooped me, and I looked at him, right, and then he stopped in midair and then flew off to a perch, right, and then I just turned my head slightly to get going again, and he started again. So, and that's what they do, right? So keep your eye on them, back away, out of their territory, and then you should be all right.
Well, that's awesome, John. Keep up the good work. I mean, I hope that a lot of people will jump on there and report their swoops and attacks, and that helps keep a lot of people safe. So I appreciate your service. It's awesome. So keep it up, and let's hope there's less injuries next year.
Fingers crossed, Carol. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you were active and joined in the fitness routine. Remember, any exercise is better than no exercise. If you'd like to know more information about Magpie Alert or Laraine Dunn and Brain Fitness, just jump on the website. If you miss a show, just go to YouTube, Over 50 So What. And we'd love to see you on Facebook. Join our Facebook group, Over 50 So What. We love to hear your comments and your stories. Remember, growing older is inevitable, but growing up, well, that's optional. I'm Carol, over 50, so what? Thanks for watching our TV show. Be sure to hit subscribe and then you'll never miss an episode. Jump on Facebook, join our group, get in on the fun, fitness, wellness and inspiration. I'm Carol, over 50, so what?